problem, and this really is the main problem, on the right anyway, the people who run the Republican Party don't really like their own voters. And they especially don't want the voters that Trump brought. Trump brought the party's ranks noticeably downscale, from the country club to the trailer park, as they often sneer, and this horrifies them. Many Republicans in Washington now despise the people they're supposed to represent and protect. And by the way, it's not just Republican leaders who feel this way, it's our entire leadership class, it's everyone in charge. You rarely hear it spoken out loud, but this is the truth. A very specific form of intra-white loathing is at the core of the reaction to Donald Trump. Here's what it is. Nothing is more repulsive to socially anxious white professionals than working class people who look like them. Trolls are their single greatest fear. They remind them of where they may have come from or where they could be going if things turn south. So if you want to understand the hatred, the real hatred, not just disagreement, but gut-level loathing and fear of Trump in, say, New York or Washington or LA, you got to understand that first. It's not really Trump. It's his voters. The new money class despises them. Trump didn't despise them, and that really was his secret in the end. He didn't have much in some ways, but Donald Trump did not judge his own voters. In real life, Trump actually ate McDonald's. That's true, and they knew it was true, and they were very grateful for it. And you'd be grateful for it, too, if everyone else hated you. Pretty soon, like 13 days from now, these voters, tens of millions of them, will not have Donald Trump to protect them. They won't have anyone. Unless the Republican Party decides to wake up and push back against the lies in progress and acknowledge the purpose of those lies, which is an unprecedented crackdown on the way you live, you will have no chance either. Miranda Devine is a columnist for the New York Post, and she joins us tonight. Well, thanks so much for coming on. We've had you on the show many times to talk about your reporting, the New York Post reporting into Linsky's story, the Hunter Biden story, many stories that, as a political matter, helped Donald Trump in this last election in November. Tonight, you have written, yesterday, you wrote a really interesting piece about Donald Trump's effect on the Republican Party. And so it occurred to me, you are one of the people we trust to describe what that is. I think you're a fair arbiter on this question. Tell us what you think the effect on the party has been of the last 4 years.
Well, look, it's tragic what happened yesterday, and that is catastrophic, I think, for the Republican Party, but also for conservatives, for the nationalist populists that Trump represented, and for Donald Trump and his legacy. But it's not just about what happened yesterday, it's about the last 4 years of Trump and his supporters being demeaned and defamed, and every effort made to destroy his presidency, to discredit the 2016 election, to lie, to use the apparatus of the state, the intelligence agencies, to impeach him. I mean, there was not a dirty trick that Nancy Pelosi and her Democratic Party did not employ against Donald Trump, with the full help of the media. And so that did not go unnoticed by Donald Trump supporters. I traveled around, to various battleground states and talked to them, and they hated the media because they felt that they had been traduced. It's not just about Donald Trump. It's about getting at those 75 million people, the deplorables who are so loathed. You just explained so well why they are. And they are now disenfranchised once Donald Trump goes. And the idea that these people who are now, cutting off Donald Trump from his Twitter account and deciding that they're going to completely discredit his entire reign, to trash his legacy, and to go after everybody who ever supported him, that is not going to help. That is going to just exacerbate and accelerate the forces that already were there before Donald Trump came to power and are still there, not satiated, not happy,
Exactly.
And furious. And you saw that breakout yesterday. It was wrong what happened, but it's a symptom of something going on behind the scenes that's very dangerous.
If you hate populism, then try to alleviate the suffering that causes it. I can't get over the reaction to the woman from San Diego who was shot yesterday by the police within the Capitol. She was going through a window, she was unarmed. Look, I'm not even taking a position on it, other than to say, how sad. How sad that someone died. I haven't heard anybody say that. It's like, oh yeah, she died, whatever, she deserved it. Or her death is used as a way to attack Trump. I'm not defending Trump. I hated what happened yesterday, and I said it. But we can't have compassion for her because she liked Trump? I mean, what is this?
It's obscene, you know. It's like some humans have humanity, and others, if they're on the wrong ideological side, don't. You had Kristen Gillibrand this afternoon saying, "Oh, who cares about that woman?" Effectively, she was a terrorist. She was told not to come in. Well, that wasn't true. I mean, if you've seen the footage of how she died, it's tragic that happened. And you know, she was unarmed, and we've seen cases, you know, where there've been riots. There are still riots going on about armed men shot by police who didn't die. How come this woman is different?
She's from the wrong social class, and you know that as well as I. That's exactly what this is about. They hate the proles, the ones who look like them but are from a different social strata. They hate them. It's amazing. Miranda, it's great to see you tonight. Thank you for that analysis.
Thanks a lot, Tucker.